Welcome to another episode of the Divorce Lawyers podcast, where we bring you insightful discussions on family and divorce law in Ontario, Canada. I'm Deepa Taylor, and today's episode is for anyone going through a divorce, navigating a separation, or just curious about the legal landscape of family law in Ontario. We're here to guide you through it. In this episode, we're diving into a topic that can be complex but is crucial for families dealing with divorce, mobility, and jurisdiction. Specifically, we'll talk about how moving with a child after separation can impact your divorce proceedings and what you need to know about jurisdiction in these cases. We'll also explore recent changes in the law, what they mean for you, and how they are applied in Ontario. First, let's break down what we mean by mobility and jurisdiction in family law. Mobility refers to the right of a parent to relocate with a child after separation or divorce. This can involve moving within the same city, to another part of the province, or even to another country. On the other hand, jurisdiction deals with which court has the authority to make decisions about your case. In Canada, family law jurisdiction can differ depending on whether you are married or in a common law relationship and where you are located. These concepts are important because they directly impact your rights and responsibilities as a parent. For instance, if you want to move to a different province or out of the country with your child, you may need to get approval from the other parent or the court. Similarly, understanding which court has jurisdiction over your case helps ensure that you follow the correct legal procedures. In Ontario, the Divorce Act governs mobility cases involving married parents. Recent changes to the Divorce Act have introduced new rules on how notice is given and how courts decide whether a move is permitted. For common law relationships, the Children's Law Reform Act, CLRA, usually applies, though the principles are quite similar. It's important to understand that the rules vary depending on your specific situation, such as whether you're married or a common law, whether the move is within Canada or international, and how far the move is. One of the major changes is the notice requirement. Under the Divorce Act, if you have parenting time or decision-making responsibility and you want to relocate with your child, you must provide at least 60 days' notice to the other parent. This notice needs to include the proposed date of the move, the new address, and a proposal for how parenting time and decision-making responsibilities will be handled after the move. The aim is to encourage communication between the parents and allow enough time to resolve any disagreements before the move takes place. If the other parent objects to the move, they have 30 days to file a formal objection. When it comes to how the courts decide whether to allow a move, the child's best interests are the central consideration. The court examines a variety of factors to determine if the proposed move serves the child's best interests. One of these factors is how the move will affect the child's relationship with the other parent and any siblings. The court also looks at the reasons for the move, such as whether it's for a better job, to be closer to family, or for other personal reasons. The court may consider the child's views and preferences, depending on their age and maturity. Additionally, the distance of the move and how it will impact the child's daily life, including their schooling, extracurricular activities, and relationships with extended family, are taken into account. If there has been a history of family violence, this will weigh heavily in the court's decision and can override other considerations. Another important aspect of mobility cases is determining which court has jurisdiction. Jurisdictional issues can get complicated, especially when the parents live in different provinces or countries. Generally, the court in the area where the child resides will have jurisdiction. However, if a parent relocates the child without proper notice or approval, the other parent may file a motion to have the child returned, and jurisdictional disputes can arise. It's important to understand that the court's jurisdiction can influence the outcome of the case, including which laws are applied and how the case is processed. For instance, Ontario's courts may handle matters differently from courts in other provinces or countries, particularly regarding child support and parenting time. So, what should you do if you're considering moving with your child? First, plan ahead. If you're thinking about relocating, it's important to carefully consider how the move will affect your child and the other parent. Second, communicate openly. Before making any decisions, try to have a conversation with the other parent. If possible, reach an agreement that puts the child's best interests first. Third, seek legal advice. Since mobility cases can be complex and emotionally charged, it's a good idea to consult a family lawyer who can guide you through the process and ensure that you meet all legal requirements. Additionally, document everything. Keep detailed records of all communications and decisions about the move, as this can be crucial if the matter ends up in court. Finally, be prepared for court if the other parent objects to the move. You'll need to be ready to present a solid case, showing that the move is in your child's best interests. As we've discussed today, understanding the legal landscape of mobility and jurisdiction in divorce is essential for any parent considering a move. The rules are designed to protect the child's best interests, but they also require careful planning and communication between parents. If you have any questions or need further advice, don't hesitate to contact a family lawyer who can provide guidance tailored to your specific situation. For personalized guidance, please consult one of our family lawyers by visiting DivorceLawyers.ca. Thank you for listening to this episode of the Divorce Lawyers podcast. If you found today's discussion helpful, please consider subscribing and leaving a review. For more resources and information on family law in Ontario, visit DivorceLawyers.ca. Until next time, take care and stay informed.